everybody, Lauren Cohn here, and today I want to break down everything that I was just playing, all that funkiness that is basically just a key center, a shape under our left hand, and I'm going to show you how I think that's the funkiest shape that we have when we play the bass. Everything I was playing there was just sort of in A minor and basically just thinking A Dorian minor. Okay, the A Dorian minor scale. All it is just the G major scale from A to A. So A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. And that's our Dorian mode. Probably familiar with that. If not, you should be. But as much as I love modes, I like to break them down into something that's more manageable for grooving and for soloing. And when I see a minor seventh chord on a chart, when I hear a minor seventh chord, the first way that I react to it is by thinking about the shell, or sort of the arpeggio of that sound. And for me, that is the minor sixth arpeggio. So when I see A minor seventh on a lead sheet, when I hear A minor seventh, I don't think A minor seventh at first. I don't think A, C, E, G. I know that may seem crazy. I think A, C, E, F sharp, A minor sixth. Now why do I do that? Because the essence of Dorian is the relationship between that minor third and that major sixth. In this case, that F sharp is our major sixth. We have that G natural, and there's definitely a lot of funk to be found, as we'll talk about in a second, between that F sharp, that major sixth, and that G, that minor seventh. But the essence of Dorian is that major sixth that we have in there, that F sharp. So when I think A, C, E, F sharp, A minor sixth, that's how I unlock this minor seventh sound. That's how I unlock A minor seventh. And I can put it under my left hand in a way that allows me an entry point to grab all this other funkiness that's associated with Dorian. So if I put my fourth finger on A on the E string, and if I put my second finger on C on the A string, that's our minor third. I put my first finger on our fifth on E, okay? And then I put my third finger on F sharp, on that F sharp, the sixth, the major sixth of a Dorian minor. Then I can grab that G natural, the minor seventh, with my fourth finger if I want to, with the basic shape A, C, E, F sharp. Now that's already a really cool sound, and it gives us the essence of Dorian. But when I finger it like that under my left hand, I have all this other funkiness that I can just grab right there, right? So the first level of funk with this sound, I think, is the root, and then that major sixth and that minor seventh, as we talked about. So we're just talking about really three notes here. Three notes to some stankiness, all right? Three notes to some stanky funk, where we just have that A and then that F sharp to G. Now you could also just finger it 2 to 4 there, F sharp to G. Okay, but right there is enough for a seriously funky groove. Okay, just those three notes, just the root, that major sixth, and the minor seventh. Now the next level of stankiness, now we're going to go to a four-note grouping, is I could play A, then F sharp to G, sixth to minor seventh, and then throw in that minor third, that's C. And that was that groove that I was playing at the opening of the video. So now I can start playing really funky, really hip grooves just with these four notes. That sort of thing, just A, F sharp, G, C. Okay, one, major sixth, seventh, minor third. Now there's another level of funk in here. This is another three-note little stinky funk grouping, and this is our root, our major sixth, and our third. Just three notes there, all right? And I love this. So I could play grooves like this. Then when we play that groove, we have a tritone. We have that C and that F sharp. One thing that's great is to use that for little fills to play higher on the neck. So I can play things like play it, take it up here, right? And this is something we hear all the time. Right? Great sound to just take that little tritone, and the way I get there is I'm thinking about this minor sixth shape, A, C, E, F sharp, right? So it's getting me right to that tritone, which is in that A minor sixth, A, C, E, F sharp. I've got that tritone C and F sharp that is just right under my hand there, right? And then I can start doing other cool things with it, taking it up the octave and things like that. Now there's a third and final stanky note grouping, okay? Just really two notes to stankiness in this case. And that is toggling back and forth between the minor third and the major third. So toggling back and forth, I mean, we're gonna need our root in there, but between minor third and major third, C sharp, between that C and that C sharp, okay? So I can play grooves like this and really get this crunchy thing. And then if I sort of throw some blues stuff around there, some A minor blues stuff around there, I can make it even funkier. This to me is a sound that when I'm in this position, when I'm thinking about this sort of minor sixth shape under my left hand, and I've got these other note groupings that are lying right there in A minor, thinking this way, I've got this one in there too, toggling between that minor third and that major third. And then I can just move this whole shape around. Let's say I want to go up now to C, right? I think minor six, C, E flat, G, A, right? And that gets me in position for all of these stanky notes, right? All these stanky pitches. Now I'd be thinking C Dorian minor, C minor blues too. I could play in there too. But I think when we're just grooving and we're just trying to get that essence of a killing funk groove, you know, with some simple steps, this is just a hand shape that we can move around that also gives us this tonality and gives us all of these stanky pitches inside of this shape. Check it out.